Hello everyone and welcome to another Elliott Wave forecast technical video. This time we're going to make the video for the weekend update. Guys, the dollar got strong last week. We were expecting at some moment that around here we should get a second leg into the bounce. It didn't happen. So technically the dollar extended to the downside. Now the question is going to keep going lower in the US dollar or the euro dollar is going to bounce. We're going to start the video with the euro dollar right here being the most popular, and then we're going to subdivide our opinions on what we see. Now, this move right here was very powerful. This move right here looks either a trust for the triangle or looks to be a wave 3. Now, what do we believe? We believe seeing the dollar, the euro dollar, we have three alternatives. This is the first one. So far, the favored one, in some degrees, is the favored one. Why is the favored one? Because of this. Because we believe that the recovery for the lows is very corrective, and we believe that it can extend and make a double zigzag or triple zigzag, but at the end is corrective. Now, what we don't like about it is the idea that this leg right here do not look like a flat, but well, sometimes you gotta look to the other side in Elliott waves. Now, if this is the case, what's gonna happen is that the dollar is gonna make a minimum new low, and then it's gonna bounce in order to be sold again. In other words, any three ways back against the euro, in favor of the euro, should be sold, guys. I mean, it's very hard for us to pick the tops and the bottoms, but you guys can take the message. Any three ways back in the dollar and the euro dollar should be sold on to prove you wrong. This is one scenario. This one take two more lows. Let's keep going to another scenarios within the euro dollar. This one allow a biggest bounce. Why? Because we have A, B, C, W, triangle B or S, and then a trust for the triangle to complete A. This A is equal to this one, and then three ways back, B to around 132, 133, and lower again. Now, another scenario is as follows. We're going to take this triangle here. We're going to make this to be B, this A, and then this is going to be like this, A, B, a C right here, and then this is going to become W right here. When you have right here, I'm sorry, this is incorrect, the first leg being a 3, and then you have a triangle B way, and then you have another 3-way here in W, and then you have the same triangle in the middle, right? And then you have 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to allow a bigger recovery. This one allows a bigger recovery. Now, that's for the euro. What do we see in the 1-hour chart of the euro? This is very interesting here. What do we see there? Let me open the chart. And what we see is two scenarios, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 swings. You have 3 highs. You have 2 lows. That makes for 5 swings. And then 3 ways back and higher. Now, that's one scenario. Other scenario is that this is W, this decline right here. Let me put the candles. It's very questionable. We've been discussing that on Friday on the room. These declines had the bigger correction in the middle. if you take a look right here at the top, I have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I'm missing one wave to the downside. I know that many of you didn't get to this, but well, I do the charts based in the composer, no in the broker charts. So this went very to the 50% back. I mean, they don't create overlap, so it's questionable right there. If you take a look at the RSI, there is a little divergence on the 5 minute. So you have to treat it as a 5. That's why we favoring the idea that it's going to be another low, but I can tell you the low can be in. And I'll show you later why. Now, how the recovery looks from the lows, it looks like 3 waves, 3 backs, and it looks like with the next high right here, the euro dollar is going to end. The euro dollar is going to end a cycle that started right here when he did 3 and then 3 backs. It looks like it did 3 backs here. And I mean, I believe that around 30.50, 30.62, the euro dollar in some degrees is going to be sold. If we take a look at the 1 minute chart, this was the new spike right here, and it looks to be a 3-way move. And what I say is it did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that from here, it looks like it did 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now it did another 4 and another 5. So let's see how the recovery happened on Sunday. But I mean, now it looks like also a 5-way swings to the outside if you take a look. 1, 2, 1, 2, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very tricky, guys. I don't know if you noticed on the video that I'm having sometimes difficulty explaining because it's very questionable. It's very tricky. It's not like other days. Now, and the message is that the low can be in and the correction can extend. It can do what we're proposing here or can extend higher. But I know that the low can be in or can extend. The recovery here can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5 swings. In the dollar looks better the 5 swings. So the low can be in. Now, let me show you the dollar CAD. Very interesting structure within the dollar CAD. We're still expecting the CAD to trade higher to get fear on the entry. We're probably going to add an entry on Sunday right here to play both scenarios. Now, why do we want to do that? Let me take a look to the 10-minute chart into the dollar CAD and let's analyze these declines. How many swings we can see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 9 swings is important. Or you can say they made the case for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You can call this a whole swing. Because from here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is a whole swing, then you can make the case that this is a whole swing, and you can make the case that this is a 5, and this is a with an irregular 2, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A leading diagonal. Wave 1 in the CAD. This looks so far as a 3 ways. Let me put the RSI. Let me put the RSI right here. What you got? Divergences in this low, making the case for the 5. No divergency here. How you see it? Look, the FIBO levels. 1, 2, 3 to the 1.618. Look right here. you got that from here it went to the 618 on the top, and even more. If you measure 1, 2, 3, it went to the 618 on the bottom. Very interesting. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very interesting, I can tell. It can be corrected also as A, B, C, W, S, A, B, Z, Y. But you have to make an irregular here. So it's very interesting. If you take a look to the recovery, looks to be in 3 ways. So I will make the case that we can make the case that the dollar CAD can find the top already, and then that the dollar CAD is gonna start selling at the beginning of this week. A combination of the dollar CAD with the dollar charge that I'm gonna show to you guys next made the case that you have to take the risk. I mean, it's a matter of percent. What would I say with that is this. Look, this is the 4-hour chart. This is the move that we're looking. We're looking to move to around 101. Why? Because we believe that the CAD is either in a triangle, contracting triangle on the dailies, and we are into the D way. That's very possible. Alternative, if that this is a 5, and we correct it in 3. These 2 legs right here within the dollar CAD, they are to the 1.236, and also they are to the 76.4 of the previous leg. You gotta take the risk, guys, and it can be the possibility. Otherwise, this is A, B, C, W, S, A, B, C, and going to the Y. Now, let's take a look to the S&P and see what the S&P is calling for. This is the S&P cash. What do we see in the S&P cash? Our preferred count now is a 666 coming from here. When we have A, a flat B, a C in a W, and then S, A, B, C, Y, S, A, B, C. This one is the one that allowed one more leg or a strength in the dollar. Now, there is an alternative when we have that this B ended here, and we have 1 and in regular 2, and then the market is going to trade higher on Monday. That one is the one that say that the dollar CAD have topped. Now, that's for the cash. Let's move on to the dollar index for a second. Okay, the dollar index, we have 2 scenarios, like the euro. The one that say that the top is in an A, and then from there it's going to be A, B, C, and higher. That's the first one. The second one is calling for the A that we put in end here, going a little bit higher, and then in that case, I mean, either this is A, B, Z, 2 ends around 81.02 with another high, or the dollar index is gonna make in a 1-2-1-2 nest, a kit going higher. That's one scenario. Now, if we take a look at the index in the 1-hour chart, it's totally different than the dollar in some degrees. It shows better what I'm trying to explain to you guys. I want you guys to understand this. How many cycles happen here? 1, 2, 3. How many cycles we have here? 1, 2, 3. How many cycles we have here? 1, 2, 3. Right? Now, this move right here, it broke about the channel, so that's telling me that this cycle completed at the lows. Now, which alternative do we have as a laboring at the lows? We have a triangle here when it goes like W, triangle S, and then the triangle runs like ended here A, B, C, D, E, and then right here ended, and we have A, B, C. That's going to call for the three ways back. Complete correction, number 4. Wave 4, and then the dollar higher. That's one scenario. The other scenario is obvious. We have A, B, C, 1, 2, A, B, C, 3, 4, A, B, C, 5. Or we have 1 in regular 2, and then we have 3, 4, and 5. Do not matter how you label it. It's 5 swings. This is how it works with the swing one. Why this is a swing, and then let's say that this is a three-way, why this is not a swing? Because swing is when the new low happens to be, you have like this, right? When this low happens to break the previous low, and the high happens to stay below the previous high. So technically this is a swing. 1, 2, 3. But and then because this low ended, this move ended below this low, making this another swing, a complete swing right here, right? And then you have another 3 ways, a new low below this one, but this high ended below this one, and then makes this another swing. So technically you have 5 swings in the dollar. That you can make a corrective with a triangle in the middle. Now let's see the recovery here, which is what is important now. What do you have in the recovery there? You have from the lows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing. Interesting, right? You have a 5 or a 3 followed by a 3. There is no divergency. What tells me to leave? What this is telling me, guys, is that it's most likely that the dollar have found the top. I have the questionable CAD. I have a both-way euro, but it looks like the dollar, I would feel more comfortable if it break, when it break below this level around 80.10, I'm going to feel more comfortable. This is a 3-way move from the lows to the highs, coming out of a questionable 5 or coming out of the 3 ways. Now, let me put the 2 scenarios that can happen there. If it is the 3 ways, then the dollar is going to break the low here, and then it's going to bounce. If this is a 5, then we are in for a deeper correction. Why? Let me put like a 30-minute chart. If this is a 5 coming out of the high right there, 1, 2, it makes me to believe that this is too small in time to correct this 5. So most likely the dollar is going to trade higher on Sunday. It's going to trade to, let me take this away. It's going to trade to around 80.43, 80.54, and then it's going to trade lower in the higher degree correction. If it's a 5, if it's a 3, can be the same. So, I don't know. It counts better to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't have a buy, so it counts better to me right here as a 5-way swing, because after seeing this recovery in 3, I would say that even most likely the dollar is going to trade here. The euro is going to go like a 129.60 on Sunday and bounce from there. So, I mean, I don't want to trade the euro. I got to be honest to you guys. I don't want to trade the euro. I would rather take my chance in the dollar CAD. So this is for today. See you guys tomorrow at the seminar.